In the next 4.5 minutes, you're going to learn how to replace your stock throttle body with a better aftermarket version. This requires us to remove the upper intake pipe and the mass airflow sensor, all of which is pretty straightforward. You want to start out by unbolting the 4 bolts that hold the mass airflow sensor to the lower intake pipe. Go ahead and unplug the electrical connection, and while you're at it, loosen up the hose clamps and slide the whole unit forward so you can remove it. At this point, we want to remove any additional hoses or unplug any other electrical connections that go to this upper intake pipe. Then we can remove the hose clamps that secure it to the throttle body and slide it off. Now there are 3 connections on the left side of the throttle body here. And the first one we're going to remove is the cruise control cable. It just pops off like that. We also have the throttle body spring. And last but not least, the throttle body cable itself, which you kind of pull forward and slide out sideways to remove. On the other side of the throttle body, we have the throttle position sensor connection, which we can unplug and put off to the side. Then we can take our ratchet and remove the 4 bolts that secure the throttle body to the rest of the intake. I like to loosen up all 4 first, then remove the bottom 2, and while holding it with my one hand, remove the top 2. Remove the throttle body, being careful not to nick or scratch the mounting surface. AmericanMuscle.com provided the part for this install, which is an AccuFab 70mm polished throttle body. Put side by side with the stock one, it not only looks better, but is noticeably larger. The only thing that we have to transfer over is the throttle position sensor, which is held on by 2 screws. Remove both of them, being careful not to strip the head of the screw, and then gently pull the sensor off the old throttle body. When installing the sensor on the new throttle body, you want to make sure you line up the center tab first, as shown here, and then twist it into place so that the bolt holes match up. After tightening both screws, your new throttle body is ready to be installed. The AccuFab kit includes a brand new gasket. Make sure you line it up correctly using the tab on the right side. And it also comes with mounting hardware, which you'll definitely want to use since the factory bolts don't mount flush with the new throttle body. Installation at this point is pretty much the reverse of removal. We use a 5mm Allen wrench to install all 4 bolts. Make sure you have one on hand before you begin the installation. At this point, we want to snug up each of the 4 bolts prior to doing a final tightening. Now here's a useful tip: when you're working with an Allen wrench, you can actually use the closed portion of a box wrench to get a little more torque on those bolts. Just to be safe, I'll apply some dielectric grease to the connector and then plug it back into the throttle position sensor. On the other side, we're going to reattach the throttle body cable. Make sure it doesn't bind when we spin the throttle plate. I'm going to go ahead and reattach the cruise control cable as well, and finally the throttle body spring. Give it a couple tests just to make sure everything moves freely. Reinstall your upper intake and mass airflow sensor, then reattach any hoses or electrical connectors. Now you can see here the upper intake is almost a perfect match for the throttle body in size, so the air is going to have much better flow going from the intake to the throttle body, and you will feel a difference, especially in the higher RPMs,